everyone, and welcome to Deano Outdoors. In this video, I'm going to do a full walkthrough of this 2023 Crestliner 1850 Sportfish, so stick around. We'll start with the trailer. This is a single axle Shorelander premium bunk trailer. Has the diamond plate fenders. It has two guide rails on the back. LED lighting. And includes the boat buckles. These are really handy, quick and easy to use. Just push them in here to release them, then grab it behind and ratchet strap them tight. Just hook on like normal ones. I recommend these for any boat. They're simple to use and they work very well. On the back of the boat, it's powered by a 200 Mercury XL 4-stroke motor with a 4-blade Spitfire prop. And I know that there's a little controversy on this yet, but I am using the DD26 boat motor support bracket. This boat does use the Apex hull. This 1850 Sportfish does feature the swim platform with ladder. For those of you who are into the water sports, it is in the Midnight graphics package, so everything is smoked out. The Crestliner emblem is a smoke black, and the Sportfish logo, 1850 Sportfish logo, is very hard to see. I wish they would have maybe put that just a little bit brighter, because when you're back further, you can hardly even notice it. This is the blue with the black stripes. And it does also come, these premium bunks come with a spare tire. Now let's climb inside. On the rear deck, it does have a place for seats on both sides, starboard and port side. There's also a ski pylon bracket already in place. This does have the 2 jump seats and a rear live well. Underneath the jump seats, there are also storage spaces. You have your starting battery on one side. And just extra storage. You also have some storage in the side of the gunnel, just below the gunnel, with a nice grip handle and a boarding non-slip pad. Moving inside the cockpit, I do have the vinyl flooring. You can get it with carpet, but I opted to get the vinyl since it's easier to clean. Underneath here you have your fuel tank. It's got the premium seats. And actually these seats are a lot more comfortable than the standard seats that come with Crestliner. I've had a 1650 Fishhawk in the past with the standard seats, and these seats are a lot more comfortable. You can sit in these all day long and you don't get a sore back while fishing. On the port side, it does have a storage compartment. You can hold 3 rods in here. It also stores the bracket. It also stores the pole for your ski pylon and your lighting for navigation as well. On the bottom of the floor, there is this little slot knocked out That's for your feet, so you can put your feet up against there, lock your feet in. And it also has LED lighting built underneath it. It shines nicely into the cockpit so you can see and maneuver around without tripping over things. That is located on both sides, the port and starboard side. Do want to mention that the live well also does have a LED light. For those of you who fish late at night, come in the shore, you want to be able to see what your catch is, get your fish out of the live well. It's a nice feature. Moving over to the starboard side, it does have another storage. I just have my hull huggers in there. And a fire extinguisher located in there. It is pretty deep. It does go back a little ways. Built into the floor is another storage compartment, which locks. I store all my trolling rods underneath here. You can store up to 6 rods in here. There's room underneath for wakeboards or water skis, whatever you choose. And it has a nice little rubber mat down on the bottom. So if you do put your wakeboards in there or your skis, they do not get scratched or damaged. Moving up to the port side, cockpit area here, you do have 2 cup holders located towards the floor. You do have 12 volt and a USB plug-in for your partners, so you can charge your phones and capture all those pictures of those big fish you catch. Just a little storage cubby here, and a nice lock-in glove box. Underneath the foot area is where you have your 24 volt system. You have a battery box located on the port side. And then again, one over here on the starboard side. You have another courtesy LED lighting strip located right below the windshield for walking through up to the front bow. This boat does come equipped with a Boss stereo 2-speaker system. You can upgrade if you want. I don't listen to much music while I'm fishing. It's hydraulic steering with a tilt steering wheel. I opted for a Helix 10 Humminbird G4N, which I'm going to have linked to my trolling motor. They did redesign the front dash just a little bit here. You have your speedometer, fuel gauge, and then RPM and trim with all your push button switches located just below. And new for the 2023s, you do have a wireless phone charger built in, which is kind of a nice handy feature. And then located down below, you also have 2 more cup holders. I went with the midnight package just because I like the fact that the top of your windshield is not a chrome. It's all blacked out. Same thing with the steering wheel. I've noticed in the past with the chrome, when it's really bright days, you get a lot of reflection off of that chrome. And so I opted for this midnight package so I wouldn't have that reflection. Moving up front to the bow of the boat, we opted for the full bow pads. That way your bride can lay up front and tan while you sit back and troll and catch some of those fish. It's got nice padding on the sides and a padding for the backrest. There's a cup holder located on both sides. And then up front you also have your blacked out cleats with a chrome grip railing on the front. So now with the bow platform pads removed, you do have a large deck for fishing off of. That deck can be flipped up in the middle here. If you need to get up access to any of your compartments up front, you can just simply walk through. It also acts as a spotting seat for your water skiers when flipped up, when fully flipped open. On the port side there is storage. And on the starboard side, you have a small live well. As well as another storage just in front of it. These storages are fairly nice, they're deep, and they do go up towards the front a fair ways. It does have a pedestal mount for your front seat, and then more storage located right here, which is also the backrest for that spotter's seat. We just keep our life jackets located up front here. And then at the very front of the bow, you do have a little more storage. And this storage compartment does lock as well, which almost all of your storage has locks on it. I know the two side ones do up front. Up front you have your plug receptacle for your trolling motor. And it also has the option to trim your motor up and down in case you're running in the shallow water while you're fishing. You don't have to run to the back of the boat. You can just hit your switch located up front, which is a very nice feature. One thing I really like about this Crestliner model is they have their fueling caps located towards the front of the boat. It sits just in front of the windshield, so you don't have to pull your truck way up. You can fill your truck up and your boat up without having to pull ahead. And finally, this is powered with a 80-pound thrust Minn Kota Altera iPilot Link trolling motor. I do have this Minn Kota Altera installed with the MKA 32 quick release bracket, if you guys are interested in checking out that video. Another thing to mention is this boat has the carpeted front bow platform, but you can opt to get this in the vinyl as well, which now hindsight, I wish I maybe would have went with the vinyl. If you guys have full vinyl in your boats, let me know what you think. If you would have went with carpeted, or if you would have still opted to go with the vinyl. I know that when you're boarding in and out a lot, you get a lot of sand located up here. The vinyl, I think, would have been a lot easier to keep clean. This here you have to vacuum pretty good to get all that sand out and then shampoo it. This boat is rated for 8 persons or 1,080 pounds and a max of 200 horsepower. And here's just a look from the front of the bow, looking back into the cockpit. Kind of get an idea of how much room there is inside. If you guys are interested in possibly purchasing a boat similar to this in the future. Well, thanks for joining me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the walkthrough of this 2023 Crestliner 1850 Sportfish. If you guys are in the market for a new boat, Crestliner makes a really good boat. This is the second one I've owned now. I did have a 1650 Fishhawk in the past, and both of these boats ride very nice. This one does ride a little bit smoother, obviously, because it's bigger, and with that new Apex hull, it corners and handles superb. I'm going to be coming out with a lot more videos on this boat as far as rigging it for trolling, installing some lithium batteries, and trolling rod holders that I use, as well as I'm going to be doing some underwater camera footage trolling on a few local lakes. So if you guys are interested in those types of videos, please be sure to subscribe. If you guys have any questions or comments on this boat, please leave them down in the comment section below. As always, thanks for watching, and remember to get outdoors with Deano.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Got a buildup of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look.